Now in the picture you can here see the laburnum tree. Laburnum tree is also called amaltas in Hindi, and you can see the yellow flowers of this tree. So yellow beautiful flowers of the tree, that is the beauty of the amaltas. Now let's get started with the poem. Line by line we'll be doing the explanation, but before that we will be taking up the theme. Laburnum Top is a thoughtful poem about the progressive and cyclic change in life. The interdependence between the elements of nature is also visible in the poem. So, the poem is about progress, it is about the cyclic change in life, it is about that change is always there. Nothing is permanent in life. And it also talks about interdependence, coexistence, ek dusre ka saath. So, between the elements of nature, that is also visible in the poem. The death like stillness of the laburnum tree comes to life with the noisy chirrups of the goldfinch family. So, जो ट्री है वो एकदम क्वाइट है, साइलेंट है, पर फिर सडनली जो ट्री है वो एनिमेट हो जाता है. सो हाउ द ट्री एनिमेट्स? इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द नॉइजी चिरप्स ऑफ द गोल्डफिंच फैमिली. नाउ हाउ इट हैपेंस, वील बी रीडिंग द पोम एंड वील कम टू नो. So, but the poem goes much beyond this everyday activity. So, जो poem है उसका theme है that is beyond this everyday activity. इससे कहीं ज़्यादा deeper meaning है. So, the poet witnesses an activity on the laburnum top in autumn. So, autumn in the poem is referred to as yellow September. So, autumn symbolizes decomposition, decay, sad and sullen mood as pictured by the quiet and still laburnum tree in the poem. But the sudden excitement and noisy trills of the goldfinch family make the whole tree tremble. It animates the silent tree. So tree एकदम silent है, autumn season है, पतझड़ का season है, leaves गिर रहे हैं, withered, decayed, decomposed leaves, seeds भी already गिर चुके हैं. So ऐसा एक scene create किया गया है dullness और sullen mood का. बट एकदम से एक गोल्ड फिंच आती है और उसके आते ही जो ट्री है उसमें एक्साइटमेंट, उसमें एक थ्रिल पैदा हो जाती है. सो दैट इज द चेंज दैट अकर्स. सो एवरीथिंग इट इज मोमेंटरी. देयर चेंज कम्स after everything, even the seasons they change. So the poem promises that hope and change are just around the corner. Ups and downs, they are part of life, but mutual coexistence and interdependence can make life easy. So this is the theme. Now let's take up the line by line explanation of this beautiful poem. Now before that, what I have already uploaded from class 9th, the chapters from the writing section and the poems. So this is what has already been uploaded, so you can watch these videos. I'll give the link of all these in the description box. Now let's move on. So MCQ test I have already posted, so that is very important. The first stanza now. So actually there are no stanzas, so first 3 lines. Let's begin with the first 3 lines. The laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. So you can see the laburnum tree here. Now you can see the hanging flowers, yellow hanging flowers. So this is also called golden chains of flowers. So laburnum tree, it has yellow golden flowers as you can see in the picture, and the flowers they hang in like bars. Now the first 3 lines, the poet describes the autumn afternoon. So the description of the autumn afternoon. How the poet has described autumn afternoon? Yellow leaves हैं, even yellow sunlight. So sunlight भी harsh है, एकदम तेज. So fallen seeds, all creating a depressing scene with a death-like stillness in the tree. So जैसे हमने पढ़ा है, yellow symbolize करता है death को, decay को, डिकम्पोजिशन को. तो उसी तरह आफ्टरनून में, ऑटम सीजन की जो आफ्टरनून है उसमें जो ये ट्री है laburnum tree, it is very quiet and still, motionless. So there is prominence of yellow color in the stanza, yellow sunlight and yellowing leaves. So you can see here yellow September sunlight and yellowing leaves. So prominence of yellow color. It has purposely been used by the poet to accentuate the gloomy stillness of the tree. So ये purposely जो poet है yellow color को use किया है to highlight the gloominess around. So yellow क्योंकि depict करता है decay को. The pale yellow withered leaves and lifeless leaves, they are falling from the tree. Even the seeds have fallen. and there's no activity. The tree is still and silent. So ये हो गई first three lines. Laburnum top जो है वो एकदम silent है, quiet है. Now why laburnum top and why not the whole tree? So this we will be discussing after we take the whole explanation of the poem. After that we will discuss about the laburnum top. So these are the first three lines. Quiet, motionless, still laburnum top, and prominence of yellow color which depicts dullness, which depicts gloominess, and the poet has used this yellow color with a purpose. Now we'll take up next few lines. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at the branch end. Then, sleek as a lizard, and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness, and a machine starts up, of chitterlings, and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. So the tree is quiet. The previous line, it is the tree is motionless, it is still till the goldfinch comes. So all this is there till the entry of the goldfinch. So this is the goldfinch bird. Now you see even the bird is yellow in color. So check the choice of the bird by the poet, a yellow bird. Now where on one side yellow leaves of the tree, they represent decay. Now the yellow colored bird, it enlivens the tree. So with the entry of this yellow colored bird, a suddenness, a startlement at the branch end, then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters this thickness. So when this yellow colored bird enters the thickness of the tree, जहाँ पे tree जो है बहुत thick है, एकदम से भरा भरा है जहाँ tree. So there this bird enters, and as the bird enters, a machine starts up. So bird के अंदर जाते ही, leaves के बीच में गायब होते ही आवाजें शुरू हो जाती हैं, जैसे एकदम से कोई मशीन स्टार्ट हुई है, जैसे धटर 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 करके. सो दीज आवाजें जो है वो एकदम से शुरू हो जाती हैं, और वो आवाजें कौन सी हैं? वो आवाजें हैं chitterlings and the tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. So वो आवाजें जो हैं वो goldfinch के chicks की आवाजें हैं, because goldfinch has its nest inside the tree there. So now let's take up the word meanings first from this stanza. Twitching here means fluttering and flapping. A chirrup, it is series of chatterings of the bird. So bird की जो आवाज है चहकने की, उसे chirrup कहा गया. Startlement is surprise, excitement, astonishment. Suddenness is swiftness, speediness and promptness. So एकदम से quiet है tree, and suddenly there's a surprise noise. So एकदम से आवाजें जो है वो आनी शुरू हो जाती हैं. So suddenly the tree becomes alive. So next is alert. Alert means vigilant and watchful. जो goldfinch की movement है inside the tree, it has been compared to a lizard. It is sleek like a lizard. Goldfinch is alert, and goldfinch, it is abrupt. Abrupt here is rapid and quick, because goldfinch doesn't want any of the predator to notice the goldfinch going inside the tree to its nest, because otherwise the predators will follow and they will harm the chicks of the goldfinch. So its movement is sleek, alert and abrupt. She enters the thickness and machine starts up. So we've already done. We will be reading the explanation why the poet has used the word machine here. So then next meaning is chitterlings. Chitterlings, it is a series of short high-pitched calls or sounds. So bird के chicks की जो sounds है. Then tremor is shake and tremble. Trillings is singing. Trembles again, it is shake. Thrill is sensation of excitement. So with all kinds of noises now coming from the bird, the tree is filled with excitement. So the next few lines, they create a stark contrast to the stillness depicted in the first three lines. So first three lines में एकदम quiet है, silence है, stillness है. लेकिन जो next few lines है वो एकदम से lines जो है उनमें animation है, excitement है, thrill है. So there is quite stillness till the goldfinch comes. With the entry of the goldfinch, suddenly the tree becomes alive. The twittering goldfinch sits at the end of the branch and sings. The chirrups means singing of the bird. So after a while she enters the tree, while amidst its thick yellow leaves is her nest. So जो गोल्डफिंच है कुछ देर बाद वहां बैठने के बाद एक जायजा लेने के बाद आसपास की कोई प्रेडेटर तो नहीं देख रहा, so with a sleek movement it enters and goes towards its nest. The entry of the goldfinch is sleek like a lizard. The bird is abrupt and alert of the predators around. The yellow tree, it is a good camouflage for the goldfinch little chicks in the nest. So yellow tree के कारण जो nest में वो chicks हैं वो नजर नहीं आते because they are also yellow. So the chicks, they have been waiting for their mother, and as soon as the mother enters the tree, the chittering of the chicks begins. The sudden commotion and noise made by the chicks, the flapping of their short wings seems like starting of a machine. सो एकदम से जो कमोशन शुरू हो जाती है, चिक्स की चहचहाहट शुरू हो जाती है, ऐसा लगता है कि सडनली कोई मशीन स्टार्ट कर दी गई है बिकॉज उससे पहले तक एकदम शांति थी. सो फ्लैपिंग ऑफ द शॉर्ट विंग्स इट सीम्स लाइक द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ अ मशीन. द चिक्स इनसाइड द नेस्ट दे आर नाउ इन motion, they are in activity. So after being filled with fuel, food given to the chicks by their mother, क्योंकि जो मदर गोल्डफिंच ने उसने आके जो है चिक्स को खाना खिला दिया है तो उनमें एनर्जी आ गई, एक्साइटमेंट आ गई है. सो बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस द होल ट्री ट्रेम्बल्स, देयर इज एक्साइटमेंट. सो ये जो टॉप पे हो रहा है लबर्नम, टॉप पे उसका नेस्ट है गोल्डफिंच का, वो जो एक्साइटमेंट और एक्टिविटी लबर्नम टॉप पे हो रही है, दैट इज ट्रांसफर्ड टू होल ऑफ द ट्री. सो द होल ट्री ट्रेम्बल्स, देयर इज एक्साइटमेंट एंड द ट्री इज कंप्लीटली ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड. सो विद ऑल दिस एक्टिविटी, जो ट्री पहले मोशनलेस स्टिल था, क्वाइट था, वो एकदम से चेंज हो जाता है. नाउ नेक्स्ट, it is the engine of her family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. Then, with airy, delicate whistle chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Now, the word meanings first. Stokes here means to supply with fuel. So here that fuel is food. So जो goldfinch है वो अपने chicks को स्टोक कर रही है. किससे स्टोक कर रही है? फूड से. मीन्स सप्लाइंग द चिक्स विद फूड. सो फुल, उनका जो है पेट भर के खाना खिला रही है. देन फ्लर्ट मीन्स टू मूव क्विकली. सो आफ्टर डूइंग दिस एक्टिविटी जो बर्ड है वो फटाफट वापस चली जाती है. सो बार्ड हियर मीन्स हैविंग स्ट्रीक्स और स्ट्राइप्स, एंड एरी इज स्ट्रेंज और वियर्ड, एंड इन्फिनिट हियर इट इज द स्काई, लिमिटलेस स्काई. सो हियर यू कैन सी the bird, the goldfinch feeding the chicks, and this is the laburnum tree. Now let's do the explanation. So the goldfinch feeds her chicks to the full and then moves out to a branch end. She reveals the stripes on her face. Now again she moves out to the branch end, then sits there for a while and जायजा लेती है आसपास कि कोई predator तो नहीं है, और वहाँ पे उसका जो फेस है, उसके फेस के आगे जो है वो बार्स ऑफ द फ्लावर्स आ रहे हैं और उसके फेस के ऊपर एक शेडो बन रही है. सो शेडो बन रही है स्ट्राइप्स की बिकॉज फ्लावर्स के बार्स हैं. सो दैट फॉर्म्स अ मास्क ड्यू टू द शेडो ऑफ हैंगिंग बार्स ऑफ द लबर्नम फ्लावर. सो दैट इज नोन एज द आइडेंटिटी मास्क ऑन हर फेस. वो शेडो जो है बार्स की उसके फेस पे बन रही है. देन प्रोड्यूसिंग स्ट्रेट whistling sounds as if warning the predators to stay away from the trees. फिर एक अजीब सी whistling soft sound करते हुए जो गोल्डफिंच है वो वापस स्काई में उड़ जाती है, अगेन इन सर्च ऑफ फूड फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे. So she flies back towards the sky. So as the bird leaves the tree once again subsides into quiet stillness. So bird के जाते ही, goldfinch के जाते ही दोबारा से ट्री में एक अजीब सी शांति आ जाती है. So tree is again quiet, the tree is again still. So it is again drained of all the excitement. So this is the explanation of the poem. Now we will do the literary devices. Now after the literary devices, in the next video I'll be taking up the explanation of the important phrases and expressions from the poem along with question answers and the MCQ test. The literary devices. Now before the literary devices, one thing that is very important, the use of the word machine and engine in the poem. Now if you see only these words, machine and engine, they are very different from rest of the words in the poem. So all the other words are related to nature, but this machine and engine, they are not the words taken from nature. Now here, what is important about that? The new or the second industrial revolution in Britain. Now, during the time of Ted Hughes. It was the time when Industrial Revolution was at its full. So it was the second Industrial Revolution in Britain. The time was late 19th century or early 20th century. And Ted Hughes, he was born on August 17, 1930 and died on October 28, 1998. So this was the time period. And this Industrial Revolution, it had its effects even on the painters, on the artists, on the writers, and that is why these words engine and machine, they have come into this poem also. Now how? Let's see. Now while writing about the stillness of the laburnum tree, then the commotion created by the entry of the goldfinch, which again subsides into quietness, the use of words machine and engine, they serve a purpose. So इनका एक purpose है poem में. These words, they signify the rapid industrialization taking place in England during that time. So rapid industrialization taking place in England during that time. The quiet and contented life of the people witnessed a sudden commotion and unrest. So इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन से पहले लोग आराम से रह रहे थे, दे वर कंटेंटेड इन देयर लाइफ, सेटिस्फाइड थे, लेकिन एकदम से इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन जो है वो शुरू हो गई, सडन कमोशन एंड अनरेस्ट आ गया सोसाइटी में विद द एंट्री ऑफ मशीन्स. So with the entry of the machines, many people they were rendered jobless क्योंकि अब machines जो है वो 4-5 लोगों का काम कर रही थी. So बहुत से लोग जो है वो jobless हो गए. So unrest आ गया जिंदगी में and their lives came to a standstill. So एकदम standstill, quiet and silence create हो गया उनकी life में. So their lives, they went into nothingness. A void was created. So that is why the entry of these words, actually they are portraying a change in the society that was happening. And the poet, through this poem, is telling us that change, it is the only answer. Life cannot become stagnant. There has to be a change, whether the change is good or change is bad, but change has to come. I told you what I'm going to include. So subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss anything, and do check the playlist for all the videos that I've already posted. I'll be giving the links in the description box. So give thumbs up to this video and happy watching.